What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and welcome back to the channel with more news about this Sunday's pay-per-view, WWE Fastlane on the WWE Network. I got news on Fastlane, I got news on John Cena later on today. I also got a Call of Duty video going up later for you guys as well with Throwback Thursday. I might even stream later. I'm going to be a busy man today for you guys, so stick with me right here on the channel. What do I got for you today as far as Fastlane goes? Well, Fastlane struggling to draw a full crowd. Breaking news about Fastlane, not even a sold-out pay-per-view yet, with a scheduled main event of Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose in the main event for a triple threat match to crown a new #1 contender for Triple H's WWE Championship. WWE Fastlane still has plenty of empty seats remaining. According to Dave Meltzer, he is reporting in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. The event takes place this Sunday in Cleveland, Ohio, with Meltzer noting the seats remaining is a rarity, as most WWE pay-per-views these days sell out in advance. Why isn't the show proving to be more popular? Being sandwiched between WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble could be one of the issues, as many fans perceive the event as simply being filler until the big April 3rd date. It looks to be especially true this year with all the big WrestleMania angles that are rumored. Triple H versus Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar versus Brie Wyatt, Banks versus Charlotte versus Becky in a triple threat match for the Divas Championship. All those feuds were potentially teased at the Royal Rumble. Still, any main event involving Brock Lesnar is usually a draw, and even if some fans feel like the result is already a foregone conclusion, Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose could still provide some entertaining action, although it is surprising to hear the show hasn't performed better commercially. Perhaps the undercard has also been an issue, as WWE has definitely failed to give any substantial development until 6 days before the event. The late addition of AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho could help sales going into Fastlane this Sunday, as it promises to be an excellent pro wrestling match. This is according to WhatCulture.com and, of course, Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer newsletter. You guys know what I'm going to say about this. It is not surprising to me that Fastlane is not sold out. WWE reportedly wanted Fastlane to be a grade A pay-per-view. They wanted it to be something special. That is the main reason why they got Brock Lesnar on the card and in the main event. They wanted to sell tickets. They wanted to make it feel like a big deal, and they have yet to do so. They have not made it feel like a big deal, because you can see and you can watch Monday Night Raw each and every Monday that Monday Night Raw doesn't feel important. And if Monday Night Raw does not feel important to WWE, then Fastlane and the build towards Fastlane is not going to be important to WWE. Lesnar hasn't appeared on Monday Night Raw, every week. He's been there sporadically, week here, week there. They've been building up Dean Ambrose. Roman Reigns hasn't really been an issue as far as WWE building him up to be the face of the company. Nobody knows what WWE is doing right now. I don't even think WWE knows what they're doing. They have no idea where they want to go with Fastlane. They got so many emotions and so many thoughts running through their head as far as Roman Reigns and getting this man over, that it's really bringing down every other aspect of the build towards WrestleMania. Because they have one thing in mind, and that is to build Roman Reigns as the face of the company. And they're going to be hell-bent on getting to that point. And now, on WWE TV, we don't know what is going on. We don't know if Ambrose is going to be built as the face of the company. We don't know if Ambrose is going to go on to WrestleMania. We don't know what Roman Reigns' role is going to be. We don't know if these guys are going to split up, break up, feud. We don't know what's going on with these guys. But you guys know where I stand on all this. Roman Reigns needs to be heel. For everything to fall into place and for things to be the way that they should be, Roman Reigns needs to be heel. This build towards WrestleMania needs to be decent after just a hellacious end of 2015 and into 2016 for WWE. With all the injuries that they have suffered, WWE really needs to make this show decent. And if they don't turn Roman Reigns heel, it's not going to be decent. It really isn't, because I know what the main event outcome is going to be. I don't doubt Vince McMahon is going to stick to his guns. He's going to stick to his guns, and he's going to make Roman Reigns the #1 guy, and we're going to have a fucking boring WrestleMania main event with Triple H and Roman Reigns, and you're going to see Shawn Michaels probably get involved, and Vince McMahon get involved, and The Rock get involved. Rumored that Ronda Rousey's gonna be there. You know, nobody wants this shit, man. We want creativity. WWE and Vince McMahon had a quarterly meeting with the investors for Wall Street. You know, he said that WrestleMania is going to be great because we are going to pump creativity into the product. Have we seen creativity yet? Obviously not. Monday Night Raw lacked creativity more than any fucking Monday night I've seen in recent memory. This show fucking blows. And if you missed my review, I recommend to go watch it because I bring up very, very valid points as to what WWE is not doing. And I pose questions to WWE. Why aren't you doing these simple things to make the show better instead of making the fans look like fucking idiots? So Fastlane, I'm not surprised that this show hasn't sold out because the product is fucking at the lowest it could be. You know? Why would anybody care about this fucking pay-per-view? WWE obviously doesn't care, and that shows. WWE does not care. And if you watch Monday Night Raw each and every fucking Monday, you know, it's not even they throw in a good show here and there. It's literally every fucking Monday that this show sucks. And if WWE doesn't care, why are the fans going to care? The only ones that care are the fucking 6, 7, 8-year-olds that you see in the crowd and they go on WWE's YouTube channel and type, I love the main event of Monday Night Raw with Big Show, Kane, Ryback, Strowman. Are you fucking serious? Nobody in their right mind thought that was a good main event, but you got the 8-year-old fucking goons on fucking YouTube and Twitter. What a great main event. Big Show is a legend. Big Show is a fucking great talent. Please. Are you serious? That's the people that WWE's catering to. If WWE does not care, why are we going to care? And it shows. Everything that WWE's done on TV shows me that they don't give a fuck. They don't. And Vince McMahon doesn't care. And if Vince McMahon doesn't care, nobody's going to care. The only thing he cares about is getting Roman Reigns over. That's it. That's it. And it's showing. That's all I got to say about that. I'll have more Fastlane coverage on Off The Script this Friday. Preview and predictions will go into each match in depth. And we'll talk about what my predictions are, possible outcomes. I also got news on John Cena. Immediately following this video, I'm going to go get right into recording another video about John Cena. Apparently, John Cena and WWE must be hiding something from the fans to make it some kind of big surprise. John Cena has been posting cryptic tweets about coming back. You know, he's got to take a risk, yada, yada, yada. And then there were reports yesterday that the WWE has chosen an opponent for The Undertaker, which we'll talk about on Saturday's edition of Off The Script. WWE has chosen an opponent for The Undertaker who is not on the active roster. This is their plan to keep everybody in surprise about The Undertaker's opponent. Who are you going to go out and get that is not on the active roster? You know, you got to be careful when you're doing this, and I'll talk about it in the next video, seriously. But he's not on the active roster. We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss John Cena's status before WWE Fastlane and what this means for going into Monday Night Raw with this Vincent Kennedy McMahon, Vincent McMahon Sr. Award, whatever the fuck they're naming it nowadays. You know, we'll find out what's going on with that. I'll fill you guys in. But until then, thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about Fastlane not even being sold out. Do you agree with me about the current WWE product? Let me know in the comments and hit that thumbs up. I'll be back with more Fastlane coverage all weekend long right here on my channel. This is JD. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.